Checking.
This is Mission Control Houston. Chris Cassidy opens the hatch to the International Docking Adapter, 11:37 a.m. Central Time. Station and Dragon flying together 267 statute miles over the South Pacific. This is a view from the camera at the forward end of Dragon.
Until Dragon and the A-Pass hatch was just opened.
At 11:37 a.m. Central, the hatch to the International Docking Adapter was open. You see Chris Cassidy there poking his head in at the forward end of the Dragon. Now only one hatch separating Bob Behnken, Doug Hurley from Chris Cassidy, who you're seeing here from those Dragon views. Time to open that hatch is about 20 minutes from now. We'll report that time to you and expect welcome ceremony at 12:15 a.m. Central Time, 1:15 p.m. Eastern. That'll welcome Bob Behnken and Doug Hurley aboard the International Space Station as part of the Expedition 63. We'll get to hear some words from them and have some VIPs here in Mission Control Houston to provide words to the teams that oversaw the entire mission and the International Space Station.
Station Houston, we copy the hatch open, no condensation, thanks.
Dragon, SpaceX on Dragon to ground, comm check.
Dragon to ground, how us?
See, how me?
You are loud and clear. Put section 2 of 4.400 in work.
We copy all, thank you, and please give Anatoly a on big loop.
Okay, we'll call Anatoly on the and I'd also like to report 2 bottles of water consumed from location 9, bag 204.
Location 9, bag 204, and to confirm that was for the waste system flush.
One for the waste system.
Chris Cassidy for removing that target from the A-Pass hatch docking interface.
Dragon, comm check for Anatoly from Endeavor.
Dragon, let's check. How do you read me? Counting 1 to 1, 1 to 2, 1 to 3, 1 to 4, 1 to 5.
Anatoly, Endeavor has you loud and clear. How copy?
Copy, Houston. They have me loud and...
Good to hear your voice.
Dragon, how do you read me?
Loud and clear.
Okay. See you soon. Turning over to Houston. And all players from Houston, that completes. Thank you.
Copy. Copy.
This is Mission Control Houston. Those comm checks within the International Space between the Dragon crew, Chris Cassidy, and on the other side of the International Space Station, the Russian segment, Russian cosmonaut Anatoly Ivanishin completing those checks. You can see Cassidy continuing to outfit the hatch, just clearing the space and removing that docking target from the APAS hatch.
Dragon, go ahead and Dragon to ground.
So I copy that the waste system flush is in work, and 2 more bags were consumed from location 9, bag 204, and that includes the water system flush. Is that all correct?
Bag 204, one of which Bob is in the process of consuming, and the other will be for the waste flush. That is correct.
Perfect. Thanks for clarifying. Do we have your permission to come back on board with video?
Negative. We're going to need about 2 minutes. We're just wrapping up right now.
Copy. 2 more minutes. We will await your confirmation.
Thank you.
Still getting views from the infrared camera that's located of the Dragon hatch, looking at Chris Cassidy, International Space Station Commander, outfitting that hatch, getting ready for Bob and Doug to arrive. Your communications over Dragon to ground. That was Bob Behnken and Doug Hurley on the other side of that hatch, inside the crew Dragon vehicle, finishing up they're on the inside for that hatch opening, expected in about 10 to 15 minutes. Again, it's been a process to get to this point. Just about 2.5 hours ago, docking to the International Space Station was Bob Behnken and Doug Hurley aboard the first American vehicle to dock to the International Space Station with crew aboard. Again, we're expecting about 10 to 15 minutes to open up that hatch. One more hatch separating Bob Behnken and Doug Hurley from the International Space Station, still looking at Cassidy doing some of the prep work for that hatch. We'll get some great views that Cassidy set up over the past few hours to capture this historic moment today. Be sure to stay tuned in at 12:15 Central Time, 1:15 p.m. Eastern. We'll start a welcome ceremony, officially welcoming Bob Behnken and Doug Hurley aboard the station to join the Expedition 63 crew.
SpaceX Dragon on Dragon to ground.
Go ahead.
Anna, you're clear to come on board.
Copy. Clear to come on board, and thanks for your patience with the comm. We are in creating some blockage to receive your comm on Dragon to ground.
Yeah, we figured that was it. It's a problem. That's part of the deal.
Chris Cassidy giving a wave, eagerly awaiting to come aboard. Just behind him, you see Anatoly Ivanishin and Ivan Wagner, Russian cosmonauts of Expedition 63, standing by.
What will it be like to go to sleep and never wake up? Think long enough about that, something will happen. You will find out, among other things, the next question to you. What was it like to wake up after having never gone to sleep?
Anatoly Ivanishyn in the foreground there. Chris Cassidy continuing for opening up the hatch there. Again, the pressurized mating adapter hatch you see there in the foreground is open. The APAS hatch, docking adapter, is open. Just one more, and that's the hatch of Dragon, the Crew Dragon vehicle.
Station 2, station is ready for Dragon hatch equalization.
Station Houston copies. Dragon call ready when you're.
Houston Dragon, go ahead.
And Dragon Houston, just looking to confirm that you're ready for hatch equalization.
We are ready as long as SpaceX is ready.
Okay, station and Endeavour, stand by for equalization. We're putting it in work. Expected equalization time 4 minutes.
Station copies. Endeavour copies.
This is Mission Control Houston. We're continuing to equalize the pressure of that last hatch. Behind that hatch is Bob Behnken and Doug Hurley aboard the Crew Dragon spacecraft. We are moments away from opening the hatch and welcoming them aboard International Space Station. This is Mission Control Houston. If you're just tuning in, we are standing by for confirmation of the hatch opening between the International Space Station and the Crew Dragon. There's the hatch to the Crew Dragon. Seeing Doug Hurley through the glass on the other side. And there's Bob Benkin. Still equalizing that between Crew Dragon and International Space Station, just moments away.
Dragon Space Specs on Big Loop. You are go for hatch opening per the decal, followed by the remaining actions in your procedure 400.
Dragon copies, go for hatch opening and remaining steps in 4.400.
And with that, the hatch is open 12:02 p.m. Central Time, 1:02 p.m. Eastern. Bob Behnken and Doug Hurley opened the hatch to the International Space Station after launching from American soil on a U.S. vehicle for the first time ever for a commercially built spacecraft. If you're just tuning in, the hatches between Dragon and the International Space Station. International Space Station Commander Chris Cassidy working with Doug Hurley and Bob Behnken aboard the Crew Dragon spacecraft. That hatch opened at 12:02 p.m. Central, 1:02 p.m. East.
SpaceX Dragon on the big loop. The hatch is open in 5.54.400.
I copy. Hatch is open. Great to hear. Thanks.
And SpaceX Dragon in 5.9, we're going to exit out of 4.400 and transition to 2.102 Crew Dragon arrival through the hatch opening.
I copy. With that, I understand you are complete with 4.400 and will follow along with you as you process procedure.
This is Mission Control Houston. The crew of Demo 2 just performing a few closeout duties. The hatches are open 12:02 p.m. Central Time. We're moments away from the Dragon crew aboard Demo 2 to enter the International. It'll be the first time that Americans will enter the International Space Station on a rocket launched from U.S. soil, built by an American company. The first time ever Americans will enter from a commercially craft.
Station Houston on Space Ground 2 for Chris. When you're able, we're just voice check on the mic.
Space Ground 2, go ahead.
Chris, we were hoping we could voice check the mic just before starting the PAO event.
Okay, copy that.
On the big loop in step 6.1 of 2.102, IMV duct installation is complete. Go for an activation.
Houston copies, go for IMV fan activation, that's in work.
If you're just tuning in, you're getting a live look.
Station Houston on two things. Chris, we did hear the AO side of things. That was a good voice check. We might ask you for one more. And then for the Dragon crew, you also have a go for 6.3. That's opening the Loki and checking for debris.
Dragon copies 6.3 in work.
If you're just tuning in, you're getting a live look. On the left of your screen is a look inside Dragon. On the Demo 2 mission, on the right, the International Space Station. Bob Bacon.
Dragon on the big loop. We are ready for 6.4 and section 4 of the LIO instructions.
And Station, we copy. Dragon crew, you are go at 6.
In work.